Did you do all in favor?
Code, Councilman Bernal. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right.
All right, the code committee has not met since previous county council meeting. The next code committee meeting is scheduled for August 7th at 6:30 p.m. here in the council chambers. That's it for code.
Okay, please.
All right, the police committee has not met since previous council meeting. At this point, I would like to make a motion to hire Craig Weimer as a part-time police officer / school police officer, contingent upon completion of background, psychological, and medical assessments.
Entertain a motion to hire Craig Weimer for a part-time school resource officer position.
I will second.
Second by Councilman at Large Hockenberry. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I'd like to make a motion for the chief of police to accept a $100,000 CREST grant and authorize the mayor and the police chief in consultation and approval of the city's corporation council to execute all related contracts, grantee certifications, and questionnaires on behalf of the city.
Pleasure on the crest grant. We have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Councilman at Large Hockenberry. Any discussion?
I've been in touch with the chief on this and, we're working on it, we're getting the documents in order.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
I would like to make a motion to authorize Chief William Warden to enter into an agreement with Adelphi University, the social work law enforcement program, and intern Brittany Smith to participate in a master's level social work internship at the Port Jervis Police Department during the 2024-25 school calendar year, starting August 15th, 2024 through June 30th, 2025, for a total of 450 volunteer intern hours. This authorization permits Chief Warden to sign internship-related agreements between the city and Adelphi University, social work law enforcement program, and intern Brittany Smith in consultation and approval of the city's corporation council. And I'll make that a motion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion?
Yeah, on this one, we are doing a few tweaks to the agreement with Adelphi, but, I don't foresee any problems getting that squared away before the interns.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
A reminder that the National Night Out Against Crime will be held at Riverside Park on August 6th from 6 to 9 p.m. Anybody who would like to participate and host an interactive table booth, please contact the Port Jervis Police Department at 845-858-4065. The next police committee meeting is scheduled for August 22nd. I learned this afternoon that there might be a conflict, so we may have to reschedule for August 29th here in the Common Council chambers at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And that
We'll
is
hand it back
on
over to
police.
you for zoning.
Keep it rolling.
That's right.
Okay, I do not have the zoning report. Councilman O'Connell is ill this evening. However, I do have a letter that I'd like to read to whom, July 20th, 2024, to whom it may concern. Please accept this letter as my formal resignation from the City of Port Jervis Zoning Board. I am honored to have served the City of Port Jervis, and I'm proud of all the work that we have accomplished to make this city the amazing place that it is. Thank you for this opportunity. Sincerely, Herman Lefty Barth. And I make a motion we accept that resignation with regret.
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes.
And thanks.
Any discussion? We're gonna miss him. He was a real asset to us. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. All right, Finance, Councilwoman Fuller.
Thank you, Mayor. Finance has not met since our last council meeting. Our next finance meeting will be August 21st at 6:30 p.m. I do have bills to be paid. From the general fund, $521,789.11. From the water fund, $85,096.34. From the sewer fund, $27,193.25. From the capital fund, $298,714.12. And from tourism, $1,284.73, for a grand total of $934,077.55. Some larger items to note from the general water and sewer funds: New York State Employee Health Insurance for $318,191.73. Global Montello for $15,137.87. Orange County Sanitary Landfill for $23,978.41. And Orange and Rockland PJ Solar for $30,056.90. From the Capital Fund, we had Marshall Machinery for $195,717.23. Hudson Valley Computer for $29,650. Cardiac Life Products for $37,735. And AmChair Wholesale for $8,275.65. I would like to make a motion that we pay the bills.
So moved.
Sent by Councilman Picarillo. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries.
And we have one other item. We need to vote on renewal of our Orange County Chamber of Commerce membership. It was technically due December of 2023, but we are just now receiving it. So I need to make a motion that we pay the $300 renewal fee for Orange County Chamber of Commerce.
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Tourism IDA, Councilwoman Mann.
Thank you, Mayor. The Tourism Board last met on July 10th. They discussed the Italian Festival, Bella Nota Diana, which will be held on August 17th.
We're gonna miss that.
I get to say it one more time. It'll be held at Veteran Square Park from 3 to 9 p.m. with performances from Sal Lavoie's Valentinetti, Vanessa Racci, and it will be Italian folk dancers with a variety of food and merchandise vendors. The board was awarded a tourism grant from Orange County, and which is required to be used towards this event. This event is at no cost to the public, so please, when you come, be sure to bring a lawn chair. The Fall Foliage Festival will be held on Sunday, September 22nd from 10 to 5 p.m. in the downtown area. Vendor applications are available on the city's website. It was brought to the board's attention that a business owner would like the vendor tents to be set up in a different manner going down Front Street. The vendor tents are currently lined up against the sidewalk curbs, allowing for pedestrians passage in the middle of the street and behind the tents on the sidewalks in front of the businesses. The business owner would like the vendor tents lined up down the middle of the street, back to back, to create separate aisles for pedestrians passage along the sidewalk curbs and the tent fronts. Councilman at Large Hockenberry explained that the tents cannot be set up in this manner due to road size constraints. In the case of an emergency, fire and emergency vehicles are not able to access the street because there's not enough clearance. Therefore, the current vendor setup must be followed. There was discussion about possible upcoming events. Suggestions were made to bring back Monsters on the Mountain. The board discussed that they would need the assistance and partnership of the outdoor club to carry the event. And due to a lack of agenda items, they did not meet. Their next scheduled meeting will be held on Monday, August 19th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. And that's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Fire and Emergency Management, Councilman Rhodes.
Thank you, Mayor. From the fire department, a removal of Francis J. Clune from Delaware Engine Company number 2, deceased. I make that a motion.
I'll second.
Second by Councilman Laura Cockenberry. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
The next emergency management meeting will be on August 19th at 6:30. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. ADA?
Nothing, Mayor, thank you.
Okay, for CDA, we're gonna turn it over to Corporation Counsel Will Frank. He's gonna be reading off the seeker for our CBDG grant application.
Thank you, Mayor. We have a proposed resolution for consideration this evening. This is with regard to the city's water filtration plant upgrade project. It's the resolution of the Common Council of the City of Port Jervis declaring lead agency status for the city water filtration plant improvement project and issuing a negative declaration under the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act. And for those, I'm not gonna read all the whereases, but the intended work here is removal and replacement of the water intake building, in-kind replacement of the existing intake screen, and gravity sand filter rehabilitation, such as new filter media valves, control panel troughs, and under drains. So, what's required at this point is that the city declare itself lead agency for seeker purposes to apply for the CDBG grant, and also to issue a negative declaration under the seeker regulations that the upgrade to the plant will not have any negative adverse environmental impacts. So, now therefore it is hereby resolved as follows. In accordance with the provisions of section 617.6 of the regulations implementing the New York State Environmental Quality Review Act seeker, the seeker regulations, Common Council hereby determines that the project is an action subject to seeker. Number 2, Common Council determines that it is and has acted as lead agency with respect to the consideration, review, and determination of significance of the project pursuant to the seeker regulations. Number 3, Common Council confirms its classification of the aforementioned action as unlisted pursuant to the seeker regulations. Actions can either be classified, if they're subject to seeker, actions can either be classified as type 1, which requires full EAF and extensive environmental review and coordinated review with other agencies. An unlisted action does not necessarily have to go through all those steps. So we're calling this an unlisted action instead of a type 1. If it was type 2, it wouldn't be subject to seeker at all, but the action is subject to seeker, but it's not a full-blown type 1. Unlisted is the middle ground. So that's what we're doing here. The council is doing. Number 4, based on an examination of the EAF, which is the environmental assessment form prepared by the city's engineers, and other available supporting information, and considering both the magnitude and importance of each relevant area of environmental concern, the Common Council hereby makes the determination that the project will not have a significant adverse environmental impact, and that the project will not require the preparation of a draft environmental impact statement. Number 5, the annexed negative declaration is hereby adopted by the Common Council in its entirety and is incorporated in this resolution by reference. Number 6, the clerk treasurer shall publish these findings in accordance with the requirements of seeker. I need a motion.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
So moved. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Rhodes. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. That's all there was, to the best of my knowledge, Mayor, under Councilwoman Dennison's matters for the evening.
Thank you. DPW, Councilman Laura Chalkenberry.
Thank you, Mayor. The week of July 22nd, garbage recycling and paper pickup will be on its normal schedule. On the week of July 29th, garbage recycling and paper pickup will also be on its normal schedule. 2024 garbage schedule is available on the city website at www.portjervisny.gov or by emailing your DPW office at dpwclerk@portjervisny.gov. Compost pile and dump tickets are Open every Saturday from 7:15 a.m. till 11:30 a.m. Street sweeping is ongoing throughout the city. Citywide bag leaf pickup continues every Monday. Orange Square restoration is ongoing. Catch basin and manhole replacement for the areas being blacktopped this year has begun. The intersection of Jersey Avenue and East Main Street 360-degree traffic camera installation has also begun. The city surplus auction begins August 5th and runs for 2 weeks. Items are listed with Auctions International if anyone cares to bid. We have not met since the last council meeting, and our next DPW meeting is scheduled for Monday, August 5th at 6 p.m. I would also like to make a motion to appoint Tyler Warren as a full-time working supervisor.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Vicarello. Any discussion? All those in favor? All those opposed? The motion carries.
And that is all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Okay, under Mayor's comments, first I want to address, last week there was a post circulating around social media regarding the city's water and its contamination. This post originated from a Maryland law firm, and if you follow the links, you will see what type of law firm they are. That post was nothing more than a scam, and furthermore, our water is absolutely safe to drink. Our water is tested daily through the Department of Health regulations, and it's also tested throughout the city in that one specific point. So I just kind of want to put some of those rumors to bed regarding that, because I do think that this is important, and I do believe that as mayor that this is the forum for me to address that. But again, our water quality is safe. It's some of the best in Orange County, and we are very strict with it. And as Corporation Counsel Frank has just entertained through a seeker and lead agency for us, we continue to make our water better. And in this administration, we are going to continue to produce more clean, quality water. So hopefully that could put some of the rumors to bed. Just a reminder, the clerk's office is closed on Wednesdays. This is just in an effort to help them. As everyone is aware, we are down our city clerk treasurer's position. There's a vacancy there, and there has been for the last 5-6 months. Those girls are under a tremendous workload, and this is just temporarily, and this is just so we can all get caught up on our work. They are working very hard, but they need a little breathing room. This will provide it. The clerk's office in the future will open back up to 5 days a week. But at this point in time, we do not have a timeline for that. Water payments are due July 31st, 2024 at the city clerk treasurer's office.
Which is a Wednesday.
Keep
that in mind, use the lockbox.
Okay, so use the lockbox on that day. Or come in the day before, pay early. We're always open. I'd like to thank the Recreation Commission and our Recreation Director, John Fagione, for another successful food truck and firework festival. It was an outstanding time. We drew twice as many visitors there this year than we did last year, so it's proof that that event continues to grow, and it is another cornerstone event for us. I'd like to entertain a motion for your consideration. This is for Fearless Hudson Valley. This is for their annual clothesline event. This will be held at Orange Square Park, as it always is, on October 16th. 2024. The application is filled out in its entirety, and proof of insurance has also been submitted. I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Do we have a second? Or
Second.
Councilwoman Mann? I'm sorry for
Yes.
that. Any discussion?
Yes, I second it.
Can you do it in Italian? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, lastly, I want to entertain a motion to forgive a DPW maintenance fee at 57 Barslow Street for the Quick family.
Make a motion.
Motion by Councilman Rhodes, second by Councilman Vicarello. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The motion carries. 1 second. Just before I adjourn the meeting, I'm going to turn the microphone over to our corporation counsel, Will Frank. Oh, wait, hold on one second. Sorry. Yep, you know what happened? I accidentally crossed it out. All right, with our unfortunate resignation from his longtime service, Lefty Barth, from our zoning board, I would like to appoint Ricky Broas to fill his seat immediately. So I am appointing him to fill his seat immediately. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. The council has asked me to address, sort of globally address the comments that we heard this evening with regard to the recently adopted cannabis regulations. In the first instance, the council, of course, has heard those comments and certainly feels the sympathy towards the individuals who are presently suffering. And that has always been the consideration. That's one of the reasons why this city, unlike many municipalities in Orange County, opted in to retail sales of cannabis. Okay? If you go around the county, and quite frankly, I represent many communities in Orange County and many municipalities, and for reasons that were their own, they opted to not permit such dispensaries for recreational use in their locales. Medical use is regulated by the state, and that doesn't come into play here. Medical distribution is a completely different subject than recreational use.
Can I hold you just for a second?
Yeah.
Camera back on?
Yes, it's on.
It's on?
It's on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. At any
I
rate.
just got a text.
Okay.
Go ahead.
At any rate, the
It's on.
previous common council, prior to this one, and as followed through by this council, has certainly moved forward with permitting and regulating retail recreational dispensaries in various locations throughout the city. As far as this, any locations that want to operate, they need to go to the planning board. The moratorium has been lifted. There's nothing preventing anyone from going forward with an application to the planning board because they need site plan approval, just like any other location. If the location that sought does not fall within the zoned areas, they have the right to go to the zoning board of appeals. The zoning board of appeals will then entertain the application for a use variance, and they will look at all the criteria, and if those criteria are satisfied and the zoning board of appeal agrees that the criteria have been satisfied, there is a chance they will get a use variance. And then they go back to the planning board and they move forward with their application, just like anyone else. Okay? And just, this is my opinion only, and you can take it for what it's worth. And I think if I don't speak correctly for the board, the council, they will correct me. The last speaker made reference and accused this board of some sort of racist conduct, which respectfully I find completely unfounded and I reject it. Because again, this city allows recreational dispensaries where so many do not. And again, there's been no prohibition where there could have been, and medical marijuana use and medical dispensaries are permitted. So those are just a few things that the council, other than the last one, which is my own, the council asked me to point out, and to try and do so respectfully to all of our speakers tonight and to the community. So there's a little bit of balance here. And finally, the local laws that were filed are available on New York State's website. If you go to the local law filing database, if anybody who's watching or has a question about that, needs instructions on how to get to the database, they can contact me, through the city, and I will be happy to assist anyone in guiding them towards where the laws are filed, and they are online in full. That's what I just wanted to address, Mayor.
Thank you, Will. At this time, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
All those in favor? All those opposed?